pata Mrs. L. Mensa completa.
The municipality note down.
Next speaker. That's done, please.
You can't do that.
Are we online? Thank you very much. Morning, councillors. This special council meeting of the 24th of May 2024. The order of business Today we will be opening a short prayer devotion of your choice. You will bow your head and pray silently with the understanding that we are online and the community is listening to us, how we do things in these chambers. Councillors, let me then allow you to bow your heads. Thank you. Point number two, I can see that the attendance register is circulating. And also the attendance register of municipal officials will be circulated also for signature. Point number three, the application for leave of absence. There's only one application that I received from Councillor Pusakwe yesterday, if not the day before. Point number four, the declaration of interest. Councillors, you can declare if there is something that is unto business done by the next of kin or your file. Councillor Michelle?
It's an income item on that list of education. I just must excuse myself from it.
It's not in there.
Okay,
Not important.
It's under community service.
Oh,
okay, Councillor. Point number five. Information of minutes previous meetings.
don't count.
5.1. Help us, Mrs. Felderman, please.
Be with the minutes of the meeting. Right, 6. Seven. 8. 9. Page 10. Page 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. Page 17. And 18 and the payments page this 19. 20. And 21 and 22. Account to be more.
Thank you. Is that the true reflection of the minutes, Councillor? Councillor Msama?
Speaker, these are the true reflection.
Second,
Senator.
Councillor Msama proposed and Councillor Michelle seconded.
Moving to the second set of minutes of the special council meeting of 7 May 2024, starting on page 22. 23. 24. Attendance registers 25. 26. And that concludes the minutes, sir.
Councillors, the true reflection of the minutes. Councillor Michelle,
True reflection, Chair.
second. Councillor Msama. Thank you, councillors. Point number 6, statements and communications by the executive mayor.
Speaker, apology meant I left my own documentation at home. But as soon as it arrived, I will read it into the record. Oh, yeah, it comes, thank you.
Everything up.
Meetings, Speaker, Deputy Mayor, MMCs, councillors, the visitors in the chambers, and those official attending virtually. Speaker, once again, I'm honored to reflect on another successful month. Firstly, I would like to thank the public for their continuous reporting to customer care and also those reporting on our various WhatsApp groups. I would like to encourage the public to report service delivery issues, no matter how small or big. Speaker, I would like to compliment this executive for taking steps into the unknown and challenge it. This council, under the current leadership, is a council that leads by example, breaking walls and attempt new things. Speaker, I guess we can be called pioneers because for the first time ever, Speaker, this executive and the administration under the leadership of Dr. Ralph Links have not only planned an investment conference, but successfully delivered on the successfulness of the conference. Speaker, for the first time ever, this executive have opened the doors for children to also have their say. You can remember we have started with the Junior Town Council through the Children's Commission, their participation. Members of the Junior Town Council Intake 2023 have submitted their budget input through my office. Speaker, my office have successfully submitted the input of these children to the budget office at the time. Submission of the budget input was facilitated by the Western Cape Children's Commission, Christina Nomdu, and her administrative team. These kids are requesting this council to mindful of kids and that our budget be children friendly, speaking eradication of illegal dump sites, a clean environment, and open spaces for them to enjoy. I am not done yet. We also hosted the Deputy Minister of Human Settlement and had over 400 title deeds on site and ready for homeowners to collect them. Lastly, I will keep the speech short. But like I said, my Speaker, fathers and mothers, I urge you to discipline your children at home. I visited the secondary school, the primary school this week. It hurts to see what is really happening in our schools. Grade 3 learners smoking, using of illegal substance, children vandalizing the school buildings, children showing no respect to teachers. Our children have a lot on their plate, and I would like to encourage those adults who have some time on their hands to please avail yourself and to go and assist at our schools all around Bitou, all wards. Speaker, with that, let's continue to discipline our children. Let us continue to support our teachers. Thank you. We are pioneers, also baanbrekers. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. I've got nothing to say to the council. Point number 7, presentation, none. Point number 8, items for information which have been dealt with by the executive mayor in terms of delegated authority to be considered at the ordinary council meeting of July 2024. Point number 9, noting of outstanding council resolutions also to be considered at the ordinary council meeting of July 2024. Point number 10, consideration of reports, non-delegated matters circulated with.
Starting with section 1 of the municipal manager, first item, C/1/221/05/24, extension of acting appointment of municipal manager for a period of 2 months with peak from 1 August 2024 until 30 September 2024, starting on page 31.
Item is serving, the MM has already recused himself, told me. Deputy Executive Mayor,
I go with the recommendations of the executive mayor.
Kenda,
Second, Chair.
Michelle. Thank you. Next item.
Item C, stroke 1, stroke 2 to 4, stroke 05, stroke 24. Appointment of acting director of corporate services for the period 8 June 2024 until the position is filled, 34.
Item 7. Deputy Executive Mayor,
Uh, I go with the recommendation that we appointed to act. It's Mr. Loliwe Luvuyo. The name is Luvuyo, the name is Loliwe.
Councillor Ndai,
Thank you, Speaker. I will propose Tanya Bagaman act as the director.
I was Councillor Ndai.
Councillor Michelle.
I'll second the DM's proposal.
All right. Those are for and against. And therefore, as the chair of we must go for a vote. Because 2 on the each side. I will start. Councillor Swan, record your.
Thank you, Speaker. I do not support the recommendation.
Councillor Nel,
I support the proposal from Councillor Ndai to appoint Tanya Villamon as acting director.
I support the proposal of Councillor Ndai.
I support my proposal to Tanya Bagaman to act.
I support the proposal of Tanya.
I support the proposal by the deputy executive mayor that Uloliwe should come and act.
Support the proposal by,
In support of the proposal of the DM.
I support the same proposal that I've brought here of Luvuyo Loliwe.
Support the recommendation of Nonkasola Letitia,
Point such.
Johannes Posentia. Luapi. That's the proposal by Tian.
also I'm in support of the proposal by the deputy executive mayor. The number support the proposal of the deputy executive mayor. 7. Those who are against the proposal of the deputy executive mayor are 5. Thank you very much.
That's good.
Next item.
Thank you very much.
Happy one.
Next item.
The next item is item C, stroke 1, stroke 2 to 5, stroke 05, stroke 24. Appointment of acting director, planning and development for the period 1 to June 2024 until the position is filled. Page 37.
The item is serving. Councillor Koloapi.
I would love to recommend that this council should appoint Mrs. Tanya Vildeman to act in the position of strategic services.
Councillor Michelle.
In support of the proposal, Chair.
No counter proposal. None. Thank you very much, Councillor. All agree. The majority of
Council.
council Agrees. Next item,
Item is item C, stroke 1, stroke 2, 6, stroke 05, stroke 24. Creation of vacancies, approval of selection and recruitment of position of municipal manager, page 40.
item serving. The Deputy Executive Mayor,
I recommend all the recommendations that are done by Executive Mayor and appointing also the members that's supposed to be there. But anyway, all the recommendation support
seconder,
that we should just start to do that.
Councillor Swan.
Thank you, Speaker. Can we, in the last council meeting, we vote to decide on whether to discuss a settlement with the manager. We're going to report back to council yet on what the settlement was. Surely we're supposed to be getting this report back to council in terms of the settlement.
Okay.
Because now we're advertising the decision. But we've had no indication of what has happened, what has been settled, what has been decided. The current incumbent.
Councillor Swartz, it's so unfortunate that we are dealing with this item. Then therefore, if you need information about that, the doors of the municipal manager are open. I think you will get the information in due course.
So we're appointing someone with us having a report on what's happened to
Who's being appointed?
advertising.
Yes, there is vacancy.
Mm.
There's vacancy as council, we are obliged to do that.
Okay, but now you see, that's what my argument is. The last council resolution was for the discussion. We've not yet been informed that the position is vacant and that the terms were agreed to, and then what the terms were that was agreed to. And now we're advertising for a position we told is vacant.
Can I have a bite, ma'am?
Yes, Speaker, if I'm not mistaken, the council is delegated the mayor to conclude. I think the item that served in front of council, it says there was an initial, yes, there was an initial approach. The municipal manager, and then therefore the council delegated the mayor to conclude a mutual separation agreement with the municipal manager. Therefore, we are saying that after that arrangement, we are bringing the item to say that council, there is now a vacant position of a municipal manager and the recruitment process to start for recruiting a municipal manager, and that is the process. I don't know if the item is.
Are you happy, council?
Thank you, Speaker. No, I understand the acting municipal manager is saying that the mayor was delegated to conclude it, but we still have not been informed whether it has been concluded and what the agreement was, whether those terms were accepted or not, because there was recommendations in terms of the settlement, and that still has not come back to this council for information.
That's what I was saying, Councillor Swa. That beyond what you are given now, you want another information about the matter. And therefore, well, when you need that information, you've got a right to get that information, but not here. Councillor Michelle?
I'll second the proposal.
Seconded. Let's go to the next item.
Item C, stroke 1, stroke 227, stroke 05, stroke 24. Declaration of vacancy, approval of selection and recruitment process for the filling of the position of Director of Financial Services. In the purpose of the report, we've noticed a mistake from the scribers. It should say declare a vacancy for the position of Director Financial Services and not Corporate Services. Mr. Speaker.
The item is 7. Deputy Executive Mayor.
I'm here to say that I recommend that let's make the advertisement open of the one of the five, there's CFO. I think that's the one that we're talking about.
Councillor Swartz again.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm going to repeat what I said, the last comment. Again, there was in the last council resolution in the committee meeting, there were going to be discussions with the CFO as to what his position is going to be in terms of moving to another position. And nothing's come back to us to inform us of what the decision has been. And now we're seeing that there's a vacancy. So again, we've not had information come back to council on what the conclusion was and what finally happened, what was finally decided. Us to approve the vacancy.
I think remember.
I don't know, Speaker, must we bring the previous item back, because I'm 100% sure the council has concluded on the matter of the CFO. The discussion that we had in the meeting was that the CFO will move. There's no dispute about that. The CFO will move. What maybe is the challenge here is that do we have to bring what we've agreed upon with us now, because it's a non-disclosure agreement, and I cannot, because the CFO is still an employee of the municipality. He's not an employee, so it will be not right to display the CFO's non-disclosure agreement publicly. I think I was only authorized to manage the process for him moving into the other position, but the other position was never in dispute. It was the move was concluded in council. I'm not so sure.
Thank you.
Disputed.
Thank you. MM. Follow up.
Speaker, from my recollection, there were going to be discussions on it to decide on the way forward. Unfortunately, we were not given copies of the documents, so I cannot go back to look and see what the recommendations were. Those were withheld from us. So we have to go with hearsay. From my understanding and my recollection, there was going to be discussion on moving to another position. So we don't know in that discussion what was determined. If we're going to stay in this position or was he going to move? Because that was my understanding in terms of what was going to happen. Recommendations from the last.
Councillor Mangabu.
Speaker. Just so we are actually not derailed. The councillor has access to records should he want to actually just recap on what we had as a collective decided upon on that day and what transpired that day. He's usually a smart person, so I'm not sure what's going on today. And just to avoid wasting time, let's go with the recommendations. And if it needs anything else with regards to the previous items, he can actually ask access to the records and he can replay and listen to all of that transpired that day. Because clearly today he has a short-term amnesia or he's just derailing council, and I refuse to actually sit here and watch that happen.
No, Councillor Mangabu.
Thank you, Speaker.
Councillor Mangabu. Bring back. Councillor no. Let me sort this out. I want the forum of these chambers to be respected. Let's at all times respect one another. That's what I want in these chambers. Councillor Mangabu, take back what you just said. please, before we move.
Want me to retract saying maybe he is, yeah, I retract saying maybe he's actually suffering from short-term amnesia. However,
No. I just want that, Councillor Man.
I retract that, yes, Speaker. He is not suffering from amnesia.
Very much. Councillor Nel?
Speaker, thank you. I just want to place on record our concerns. We have a CFO who is recognized as probably one of the best CFOs in the Western Cape, if not in the country, who's acted admirably in his position, who's helped to bring this municipality from the brink of financial destruction to where it is today, where all the matters that are required are in position. He's also been instrumental in us receiving the first team audit in a long time. The need to move this person to another administrative position is of concern to us. And I say this because we have, and I'm going to use the word, and I don't want to cause a fight here, but this is catered deployment. It is not necessary. It is not in the interest of this municipality, and it is not in the interest of this town. I don't want to create an argument with the speaker. I just want to place this on record. I want this to be heard. Thank you, Speaker.
Councillor, let me start with the executive, man.
Speaker, thank you. Firstly, Speaker, just on what Councillor Nel is raising now, I think partly in what he's raising is a bit incorrect. And now it can be such of a public statement, just for the public to get in. But I think we must recognize the CFO's effort personally. If we can start there, no one ever approached the CFO. The CFO came to us to say, mainly, he knows how things normally outplay. And therefore, he requested us to listen to him. That's for me, myself, has listened. We have listened to what the CFO has brought to us. Nothing was pushed in any form. So therefore, he requested 2 times, we please listen to him. It's on that basis, after we have listened, that we have brought an item to council, because we have listened 2 times what was brought to us. Thank you.
Before that, the second, because Councillor Mangaba has proposed, councillors, I don't want us to play to the gala. You know, the way this council is dealing with issues of administration, because we must listen to the public. We don't want an administration that is going to be in tatters. And I can say it now, our administration is intact. I'm so worried now that the other side of the bench is forgetting. It's so early to forget that the statements that you are saying today, you never said them before. When a woman who was a director in this institution was dragged out of her office. Illegal. Yes. We are still in trouble. Council is yet to pay about millions of rands because of the decision that was made by the previous executive mayor. That was wrong. So I don't think when this administration now is doing things, arrangements diligently without anything that is beyond. So I'm trying to say, councillors, let's work together. That's what we want here, is the administration that is intact and that is going to serve the community. So with those words, councillors, we are not going to discuss further about this. The second?
Speaker, so my hand was up. So you decide, no, but I'm going to be a seconder to this item. You look that when I saw seconder.
No, Councillor Neil just spoke.
But I put up, I'm a councillor here.
Okay, Councillor, okay. Okay, Councillor Kamkam, let me give you.
I want to speak and
Okay.
ask questions. Section 26, appointments is the prerogative of this council. Movements is the prerogative of this council. If we ask questions, please, we are within our rights. I just want to state that. We are within our rights. Thank you very much. Don't sit there and make us feel asking questions because you have got the privilege of getting information that we don't have.
Don't do that.
You don't have the prerogative to appoint on by yourself. We are part of this council. Thank you very much, Speaker.
The second,
You are second. Valida. Second.
We're not even supposed to
all
open.
right, Councillor Mangaba, second.
Linnaeus. And the tone, let's start the tones from.
Next item,
Oops, I agree, but it's not something she understands.
Councillor,
It's just voicing your thoughts.
Councillor,
You must be seeing what Councillor Kamkam.
opposed.
Yes.
And Councillor, please.
Mr. Speaker, I need to just take you back, and my apologies, so I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 24. In terms of the name, it was a blank space, although we know who is portfolio councillor, we need to place it on the record that it is councillor for the municipal manager, councillor Kolwapi.
Yes.
Moving to item C/1/228/05/24. 2020 to 2027 Integrated Development Plan, IDP, annual review and amendment of the Integrated Development Plan, IDP for 2024-2025, page 50.
The item is serving. Executive Mayor,
Propose that we go with the recommendations.
second.
Secretary.
Councillor, a second.
Item C/1/229/05/24, progress report on the recruitment and selection process pertaining to the Director's Corporate Services and Planning and Development. Page 1 of Addendum 2.
Item is serving.
Mr. Speaker, we did not circulate it. We received the item late last night and so we could not circulate the item. It will now be viewed in the chambers.
All right. The item is serving.
We can maybe read through it.
Okay. Start from Jessica.
Sorry, Speaker, can someone give us the introduction on the item? Are we expected now while the item is scrolling to read on the screen what is happening?
No, it's fine, but Councillor Swart said must be given time to read first. Then you were then going to be given clarity then if you are not sure about the item.
Because if I can maybe, while the councillors read, then I can give a summary of what
Okay.
is on the paper. It's just basically the progress report up until where we are now with the recruitment process of the Director Corporate Services and the Director Planning. So in the Director Corporate Services case, we received 24 applications. Jessica, if you can just go back here. Director, we received 24 applications where 6 were not compliant, and then we've explained why are they not compliant. Either did not submit all the documentation as required by the regulations, or they did not fill in the correct application form and that. So then and the Director Planning, there were 20 applicants where 8 were non-compliant. And those non-compliance, as it's been explained there. So from the Director Corporate Services position, we shortlisted 6 applicants. And in Director Planning, we shortlisted 5 applicants for interviews. So the interviews took place on the Tuesday on the 21st of May for the Director of Corporate Services and Wednesday on the 22nd of May for Director Planning Development. So it's just basically informing council how far are we with the process. So the next step now is for to do vetting that will take place in the coming week, and then also assessment that will take place the following week. So in the next council, most probably we're going to give a concluding sort of report on how far. But that is just to inform council how far.
Councillor Neil.
Speaker, thank you. Speaker, I note the report. I would just like to make a comment, particularly on the selection or the recruitment of the Director Planning and Development. I want to propose, and I hope it's been taken into consideration, I've been known to have placed it on record a number of times, that we try to avoid to focus on the experience and knowledge, particularly just focused on town planning. I hope to suggest, and I hope it carries some weight with you guys, that we focus on business development. Somebody with knowledge, I think a cursory knowledge of town planning and some background and understanding would be fine, but that person should ideally be a specialist in business development. It's been very difficult. I know it is not easy to find such an animal, but I think even if we need to headhunt eventually, but that person is dearly required by this municipality. We have a number of excellent town planners, well-qualified town planners. We don't need more. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nell, for the advice.
Yeah.
The item 7. Councillor.
Just for the sake of clarity, if I had MM correct when you said that the formal written or the written assessments must still be concluded. Okay.
Yes.
The proposal and the second, so the item.
I think Councillor Nyal proposed it.
Did you propose, Councillor Nell?
Yes, I did.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The second,
Just to add also to my second, I must say we did take, actually it is highly a focus what you are raising, Councillor Nyal, because even from, I know previously you've mentioned it always that we have enough town planners, and it's time that we focus on the economic side, planning where there's really struggles. I think the focus is hugely or to recruit such a type of persons. So yeah, thank you. We are taking note of what Councillor Nyal has raised. It's also of importance for us. That I then second, Speaker.
Speaker, may I just, it does not relate directly to this item, but indirectly. And I want to recommend and commend this council and the mayor for arranging an investment conference. It is fantastic. I am glad to see that. I am just disappointed at the timing. The timing was extremely unfortunate, and I wish it had been and that this could perhaps be repeated when it is convenient for everybody to attend. We heard late about it, and by that time, most of these councils on this side had already been arranged. As we know, it is election time, it's electioneering time, and we have commitments that we cannot avoid. Therefore, we could not attend. And we would love to attend such a conference because we believe it is sorely needed in this town, right throughout all communities, and getting involved in this. So I want to commend the municipality for doing this, but I want to ask, please, next time, let's do it at a more ideal time than it has been now. Thank you very much.
But
thank you.
But I have a screenshot that you instructed all the councillors not to attend.
That is absolutely.
Screenshot.
No, Executive Mayor, you're out of order now.
That is
Executive Mayor, no, we're out of order.
Councillor, all of you wanted to attend.
Executive Mayor, please. Councillor Nell, listen to me. Councillor Nell. No, Executive Mayor, no.
I can show.
Don't joke like that.
Councillor,
Mr. Mayor, that screenshot is false.
Say to me, you coming, but then.
Council, no, Executive Mayor. No. Executive Mayor, please. Executive Mayor, you can't do that. You can't do that in my meeting. You can't do that. Councillor Nell. Councillor Nell, thank you very much.
You guys, the next item.
PM and Executive Mayor, no, you are out of order now. Councillor Nell, thank you so much.
Speaker.
We knew that spiritually you are with us. It was a very exciting investment conference. And really, all the residents, businesses of Bitou supported that conference. That is why I was saying earlier that we have an administration that is working together. And councillors, these chambers, we must support them fully, because why we are here is because of the residents of Bitou. We need this town to flourish. We must support their wonderful ideas. It's so unfortunate that really the investment conference happened at this time. And on a lighter note, we don't have time. The time that we utilized was not perfect. It yielded a very good conference. Thank you very much.
Speaker.
Later here,
PM, please.
please.
Next item.
Out of order. You out of order.
It was 100 days
Next item.
that we're gonna do investment.
Next item C/2/2007/05/24. Request for a real write-off as per customer request. Grigoire Independent Cap, page 285.
The item is 7. Councillor Kamkam.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I need to make a correction on this item. Erf 228 in Kranshoek does not belong to the said church. So there's two Griqua churches. I think there's where the confusion came in. So Erf 228 is not supposed to be part of this specific agreement.
So there are two requests. Are you saying so? Two group of requests there. Or
Two different churches.
of requests.
Yes.
Are you not supposed to declare here?
Why?
Why?
I'm just asking. You seem to know very much about that.
Let's not be.
No.
So you're a first one.
Councillors,
Eh,
we, ma'am,
What is to be paid?
ma'am, I want that information that is coming with Councillor Kamkam to be entertained. Is it what she is saying correct?
Because now I would not be able to say if it's not the right.
Must be, we don't know.
We will check the correct that thing.
Sorry, the request, why do I know about this? This request came from the Griqua Church in Ward 1. So when this item came out, I did send the item to them, the information. They then confirmed to me saying that Councillor, Erf 228 is not our property. But I would support this item if we can just then afterwards confirm with this church and rectify it.
Can I
Yes, ma'am.
clarify this? So 228
Yes.
question, not question.
228 is not part of the request.
Oh, so it's only
It's only the other.
Okay.
Yes.
so we can just maybe rectify the resolution. It's only 25. and not
Okay.
22.
Okay.
It is still there. It's still there.
It's in there. Different.
A proposal, we need the proposal and the second now, councillors.
Propose.
Councillor Kamkam proposes, Councillor Hein Michel second. Councillor Hein Michel has seconded. Councillor Kamkam has proposed. Next item, councillors.
Speaker, just for the record that in terms of recommendation one, the total amount will change, excluding of 228 then. And also we will take out of 228 as it is not part of the resolution. I need to place it on the record, so that is there for the minutes.
The item is 7. Councillor Nell,
Speaker, I propose to take note of the item. The valuer is someone that knows this municipality and has worked here before.
seconder. Seconder,
Second.
Councillor Msana second. Thank you so much. Next item.
We now with the addendum 1, item C, stroke 2, stroke 209, stroke 05, stroke 24. Fourth adjustment budget, midterm adjustment budget of the 2023-2024 medium-term revenue and expenditure framework, MTREF between brackets, and that is addendum 1 starting on page 3.
Item 7. Councillor Swan.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm just trying to find the correct page here, but I had a question and I think it was around on page 13. There's a comment, on page 13 under employee-related costs, says the increase in employee-related costs is the result of additional lifeguards, EPWPs taken on board to expedite programs, temporary absorption of working on co-staff, label settlements as required for under the budgeting. Do we know, can we be told what those labor settlements were? Those extra costs, because there's quite a lot of extra costs on that line.
Ma'am?
The labor settlements is the settlements that we've agreed upon with the previous municipal manager. So those are the labor settlements. The extra cost in that we did not make sufficient provision for the, we call it lifeguard, some other people call it whale wife, what's it? A shark spotters. Just that. So
Shark spotters.
that is the shark spotters, yes.
Yes.
So that is the extra cost that we did not make provision for. Thank you.
Speaker,
Executive Mayor,
I propose that we go with the recommendations.
seconder.
I was second it, sir.
Councillor Michel seconds. The Executive Mayor proposes. Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. Next item.
Item C, stroke 2, stroke 210, stroke 05, stroke 24. Tabling of the annual budget 2024-2025 to 2026-2027 medium-term revenue and expenditure framework between brackets MTREF, addendum 1 starting on page 85.
The item is 7. Item 7, Councillor Swan.
Thank you, Speaker. I see there were 2 objections that were tabled here in terms of comments from the public. I also sent through an objection to the municipal manager on 3rd of May with recommendations, and I see that that has not been included.
Yes, you can.
Okay, maybe I think we advertised for comments, if I'm not mistaken, and we did consider the comments, but the comments did not make us to change anything in the budget. That's why we bring the budget like council like that. So we did consider the comments. There were comments sent by the ratepayers. There were comments also sent by Councillor Swart is correct. There were comments But yeah, I think we considered those comments and we didn't think that that would make. Hence we bringing that. I think the comment is part of what we've considered in the item. So it's not that we totally exclude. We did consider it.
Follow up?
Thank you, Speaker, but surely comments received should also be included if comments from the ratepayers and from, there's another gent that commented as well. Then surely mine should also be included. Because it was done in terms of the advertisement placed. I did make that clear. I can just read the first line. I said, yeah, notice number 07/2024 of 3rd of April refers. And then I replied based on that and gave my comments.
Councillor Swartz, objections are allowed. But if then administration deems fit that, yes, we've accepted the objections and received, but this is what that is why it comes here in council. For that matter, I like that you are in council. So it's council that must take a decision. You see, so that's what we are trying to do now, because administration got it here in council. It's us who must take a decision. Councillor Hein, Michelle?
Propose to go with the recommendation, Chair.
Executive Mayor?
Councillor Nell first, then I'm.
Councillor Nell?
Speaker, I just want to make a comment on the budget process. It is a sad pity that we, as the DA, as a 40% party in this town, were not invited to join the budget steering committee or the budget meetings that preceded the tabling. That is why you would find things that are happening like with Councillor Swart now, with compliments and complaints. We were not part of this. And we were not allowed any our input in these processes, which I think is not normal. In the past, in this municipality, it's always been the opposition parties were always involved in the budget steering committee all the time. So I must say about our dissatisfaction with it, and I must stress that a lot of problems and concerns could have been avoided, particularly because we are also in communication with our members throughout the municipality. So we've been left in the dark. This comes as news to us now that we see it now. We know that there's been the preceding processes of the draft budget, but the point I'm trying to make is we were not allowed to be part of a budget steering committee, and that is not acceptable as far as we're concerned. Thank you, Speaker.
Executive Mayor?
Can take note of Councillor Nyala's list. I don't want to go too deep now. Other things, I'm seconding the Speaker.
Can be seconded by the Executive Mayor?
Section
Yes.
Section 3, corporate services. Item C, /3/191/05/24. Occupational health and safety activities report for the month of April 2024, page 304.
Item is 7. Councillor Michelle?
Propose to go with the recommendation, Chair.
Councillor Swart?
Thank you, Speaker. I'm getting tired of talking in this meeting.
No, that's what you are supposed to do.
This is a comment. It's just concerning, if we can maybe just scroll down to the reports. That there's a lot of issues that are reported here, but it's just concerning that the progress towards compliance, for all of them, it says no comment. And surely there should be some plan in place or something happening to get us compliant. It's just concerning that all of them have no comment. I think it's a.
Yes, I think if if we go back to the initial challenges that we faced with regards to OHS and that our OHS officer was mostly working at the airport for the majority of the time. So we set up a group now that will be working with him to deal with the no comment incidences. So I think in the next council meeting, the report would look a little bit different. I think it was his first month back at the office. Actually, we are still sharing him with the airport on a half day basis. So, but I'm sure the assistance that we are giving him now, we will deal with those no comment issues. Speaker, thanks.
Yes,
With this item, I would just like to raise something on the budget, if I may.
okay, okay. Well, the item, Councillor Michelle, you propose not so? And the second,
I was the second.
Councillor Kholwapi, the Deputy Executive Mayor has seconded. Can we give you now, Chef?
Yes.
Yes.
Speaker, just for clarity on the budget process, and look at the budget report, the submission and the recommendation is an actual fact from the mayor. It's seconding from the council. So can we just, for the record, get that
All right.
recommend?
Thank you, sir. Next item.
Just Speaker, the note for the record, the proposer and the seconder has been changed around for the mayor and which on item C/2/210/05/24. Moving to item C/3/193/05/24, request for amendment of the terms of contract in accordance with section 116 between brackets 3 of the MFMA and the conclusion of a long-term contract in terms of section 33 of the MFMA, Hydro Comp between brackets PTY Ltd, starting on page 310.
Item is 7, Councillor Nel.
I propose that we take note, Speaker, and accept the recommendation of the Municipal Manager.
Second, Councillor Msana.
Second.
The systems. The systems.
Item
Making my life very easy.
C/3/194/05/24. Request for amendment of the terms of contract in accordance with section 1163 of the MFMA and the conclusion of a long-term contract in terms of section 33 of the MFMA. Business Engineering Services, PTY Ltd, page 33.
Item 7,
Speaker,
Councillor Nel.
I propose that we go with the recommendations of the Acting Municipal Manager.
Second,
Second.
Councillor Msana, second. Thank you, councillors. Next item.
Item C/3/195/05/24, request for amendment of the terms of contract in accordance with section 1163 of the MFMA and the conclusion of a long-term contract in terms of section 33 of the MFMA, Consolidated African Technologies, PCY Ltd, page 334.
Item is 7, Councillor Nel.
Speaker, it's a repeat of the previous items. I suggest go with the recommendation, this change of the different companies. We go with the recommendation of the Municipal Acting.
Councillor Nel, Councillor Msana. Councillor Nel, you are on fire today. Thank you so much.
Item C/3/196/05/24, request for amendment of the terms of contract in accordance with section 1163 of the MFMA and the conclusion of a long-term contract in terms of section 33 of the MFMA. Payday Software Systems, PTY Ltd, page 347.
Item 7. I thought you raised your hands.
I'm raising, but I left it to do London because it's raising.
Aye.
Otherwise, I just want to say we recommend these things because these are systems. No one should be worried that will jeopardize these things. You know, I mean, these are systems.
Councillor Nell.
I want to copy paste on the item.
Councillor Speaker. Thank you so much. Please, my meeting it's moving nicely and smoothly. Next item.
Councillor Bitou again, not Bopani. I'm Councillor Bitou.
Community service. Item C/4/192/05/24. Application to lease municipal property with emergency housing units situated on 210 Curlin, page 361.
The item is serving. Councillor Msang.
We go with the recommendations, Speaker.
I second the recommendation.
Thank you. Next item.
Section 5, engineering services, item C/5/143/05/24, transport, roads and stormwater, Bitou integrated transport plan, page 371.
The item is serving. Councillor Nair.
Speaker, I don't want to propose, I'll leave that to the other side, but I want to urge that we look carefully at the comments of the CFO. There are comments made, fortunately comments made, and if this item is not split up over a number of years, we're going to run into financial trouble.
The proposal?
We've seen those comments of a director of CFO, that we still have to make a plan. We still have to plan. I therefore say, let's go for the recommendation.
Second.
We're planning not to fail.
Councillor Msang.
Yes, again.
Thank you, councillors. Next item.
Item C/5/144/05/24, capital projects implementation plan, between brackets CPIP, monthly progress report for the period ending April 2024, page 476.
The item is serving. Councillor Msang.
We note the report, Speaker.
Second.
Second. My end up to now, I'm still here.
No, Councillor, we know you are here.
Wanted to see Council there.
Here. Councillors.
I'm sure you wanted to see.
Councillors, these items start with portfolio committee meeting and they deliberate there. That is why when they come, they also go again to MACO meetings and come to council meetings. And that is why there's a smooth process, because it's items that have been discussed thoroughly. That is why, councillors, our meetings, because we don't want to be stuck in a council meeting to find out that councillors, especially the chairpersons and those that are in those committees, are not attending. But what I can say is that those portfolio committee meetings are attended, and directors go to those portfolio committees and advices are given so that we do what is needed by the community and the residents of Bitou. Thank you so much about that. Next item. Before that, sorry.
Can I just scroll down on this item to the recommendations of the CFO, please? That is the CPA, the capital project implementation plan.
Yes.
Capital projects implementation plan.
What do you want, Councillor?
I just want to see the recommendation.
Financial implications, I'm sure.
There are some cautionary recommendations which I concur.
Just have to read the item.
Okay. Do that.
Does Councillor Nell want the transport and the roads capital project one?
The capital project, no, not transport and roads, it was just the capital project implementation plan. I think it was.
Councillor wants.
That item hasn't finished serving yet, has it?
So that's why I'm asking, councillor, do you want to go to item C stroke 5144?
Okay, then I'm wrong. I must apologize. I thought we were already on that item.
No.
Sorry, please accept my apologies.
Next item,
Item C stroke 5 stroke 145 stroke 05 stroke 24, transport, roads and stormwater capital project implementation plan. Monthly report for April 2024, page 481.
item 7. You want to read councillor Nel? Where?
Where you want?
The recommendations of the CFO. It has to do with MIG funding and the rollover of MIG funding and the danger we are faced with once again of losing MIG funding because of the long amount of the large capital outstanding. I'm not sure whether it's on this item.
Sorry,
it
I
was
think it was the previous item.
Yeah, it was.
Thinking that we'd already moved on to that item. And that is actually the item. Excuse me, again, I should have been quicker with my trigger finger. I didn't have my finger up quick enough.
No,
The previous item, sorry.
don't worry, councillor Nel. Those things happen.
What I want to say on that item, Speaker, is I think the CFO's warning and caution is something that we have to take serious note of. We've had this in the past. We've lost 14 million rand, if I remember correctly, on the previous term because of underspending on big funding. And we are in danger again. If you look at the percentage of expenditure and where we are and how much is in shadow and all that type of thing, you will note that there is a real reality possibility that we could end up losing funding again. Thank you, Speaker.
All right. Yes, Emma.
Yes, I think, Councillor Nel, if we speak, what we have done now is we've established a grant steering committee. So we're looking at all grants and we manage it from that point of view. So we're quite comfortable this time around. We will not be able to lose money. I think it's the rollover application that comes in late, the response. So it actually delays us to start those processes. But we had a meeting with COCTA about a week ago, Felix? Yeah, about a week ago, where we thrashed out how we will be managing the rollover application, the money that came in and how will it not sort of. So we're comfortable even in this, the new financial year starting from our planning point of view, we might be spending more than the 40% that is required in December because we've put in a structure now that will be managing that. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
To you. And also, can I commend the acting municipal manager for starting the steering committee? I think it's a good step. I think it's an important thing. And it looks good if we can do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nel. Where were we now? Is it that?
We're on the item 145.
Proposer? Proposed, Councillor Nel?
Speaker, I messed up the whole procedure. I will propose on that, but I think it's already on record.
Oh, you are forgiven because seriously, this is what you want, Councillor Nel, that must do things, we must get clarity so that.
Thank you.
DM, please.
On the transport roads and stormwater capital project plan, again, I think there is, we have to split it over a period of time. That's the only, but with that, I suggest that we take note of the item.
Second, Councillor Msana, second. Next item.
Section 6, Economic Development and Planning, item C, stroke 6, stroke 136, stroke 05, stroke 24, Building Control and Planning, quarterly report for January to March 2024, page 486.
The item is 7. Councillor Nel.
I propose that we take note of the report.
Second, Councillor Msana.
Noted. Seconded.
Okay, excuse me.
Can you address Councillor that she's making monkey faces with you?
Councillor who?
That she's not.
The monkey face.
No, no, no. No, councillors. Aye.
Speaker,
Councillors, this executive mayor.
Wait, that's to me.
Speaker,
Councillor,
I'm must withdraw what I'm saying.
councillors, no.
Mayor, I will tell you something that you will eat from here to your house. I'm telling you.
Don't do that.
Councillors,
Step up. And the lady.
please.
Stand up.
No, councillors, please.
I'm rude.
You see?
Councillors, please.
I'm not Adelaide, I'm Councillor Ndayi. Leave me alone. I'm talking with the speaker. Can you speak now because you are in control? I never even heard your word when you are in opposition. Leave me alone because the speaker is making.
Councillors. No.
Enough and
Councillor,
sit down.
Councillor, sit down.
Just sit down.
Councillors,
Just sit down.
councillors,
I'm not sissy, I'm not your sissy.
councillors, you see,
I did already. What are you going to do?
councillors, it's going to be painful.
Speaker?
It's going to be painful when I take charge of what you are doing in council.
No, you must.
No, listen. When I say stop, you must come down so as to resolve the matter myself.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm so sorry because I'm sorry, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Ndai. Let's move on then. Now I'm not going. Come on, councillors. The second was Councillor Mhla. Let's move on. Ms. Velderman.
Item C/6/1
Come,
05/24, review of Bitou Municipal Spatial Development Framework for 2021, page 554.
The item is serving. Councillor Msana.
We go with the recommendation, Speaker.
Second.
I'll second.
Councillor Nel.
Item C/6/138/05/24, priority human settlements and housing development areas, Bitou Municipal Plan, page 557.
The item is serving. Deputy Executive Mayor.
Go with the recommendation.
Second. Councillor Kamkam.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, obviously, this is the text document is very bulky. I was reading recommendation number 1. The council take cognizance of the priority human settlements and housing. It will be formulated. So this is just for the formulation. And once that plan has been formulated, it will come back to council. Am I correct?
Is it correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's correct.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker.
You are seconding. Are you seconding?
No.
Who's the second?
Oh, not second, Mr. Neighbor.
Councillor Nel, thank you so much.
I'll second, Speaker.
Next item.
Item C/6/139/05/24, application to lease of 13759 and of 13568, Nothesia Ministries and First Step Educare Center, part of addendum 1, starting on page 902.
The item is serving. Councillor Michelle has recused himself. Deputy Executive Mayor.
We go with the recommendation.
Councillor Mhlan.
Supported, Speaker.
Seconded. Next item. You can call Councillor Michelle.
Wapani. Wapani Jonas.
Next item.
Item C/140/05/24, Pickle Road, in brackets OP 07207, proposed e-proclamation It's part of addendum 1, page 909.
Executive Mayor,
Or that we go with the recommendations, Speaker.
Councillor Michelle.
Second it, Chair.
Yes, Councillor Oliver.
My hand was after the mayor's. So I have a question also. It's about the recommendations. It's for recommendations. Now, you have the wrong recommendation. Please start.
What's the recommendation?
I'm not going to take it over. Recommendation is,
No, they are on the wrong.
and then I want the right recommendation for the checker road one.
Checker road, the
The recommendation, please. There's a question that I have on that one. It says it's the responsibility of the developer. Sounds like that it's best to fix that road. Now, what I need to know is that separate from the augmentation? How is that gonna be done? If you read that recommendation, it's saying. I just need clarity on that recommendation. I also that I'm very happy to do this because I've been nagging everybody that wants to listen to the so because it's holding up the development in terms of. I just need some recommendation.
yeah, I think it's just portion 9. Wrote that.
Councillor Swart.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I think we need to just follow up on something. If I recall correctly, the provincial roads budget that was submitted for this financial year had the following 2 years in it as well. And the plan for the 2024-25 year, if I recall correctly, was for upgrading of Checker Road, the part of Pisang Valley Road, the airport road, a section of Fisantuk Road. And if that is still part of the provincial plan, I think that will cover that upgrade of that whole road.
That's
I think we need to just follow up on that.
Yes, Speaker. So the recommendation here is to cover us. I cannot write the recommendation that will expose the municipal. So there is a communication from the province, but I can't put it in the recommendation for council if province said there is provision made for it. I think it's still that will unfold. The province has planned that there will be some upgrading happening, but we are only responsible for the development to continue is to deal with the proclamation. And I think that is what we try to do there. Augmentation fees are still applicable and that's so the recommendation as it is what I'm bringing to council, but there is plans for the province that they will be upgrading the road and things like that. But I cannot bind the council in the recommendation. I think that is.
Thanks, MM.
Thank you.
While we are on track, Councillor Phil.
I wanted to second, but somebody else jumped in. That's really hard.
Okay, it's fine. Let's move to the next item.
We're done with the open items, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Wilderman. Now let me go to urgent matters, point number 7.
Those urgent matters now.
Urgent matters submitted by the municipal manager, none received. 12, declaration of notices of motion, none received. Number 13, consideration of notices of questions, none received. Consideration of motions of exigency, none received. Number 15, consideration in committee matters. 15.1, the confirmation of minutes in committee circulated separately as an addendum.
Break.
Sorry?
5-minute break.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine.
5 minutes.
5 minutes break, councillors. I'm giving it to you.
You skipped the urgent, that was the urgent matter. We need a break on the end of a presidency.